Jupp, it's been a tough week on the results front with 1-0 losses to both Yeovil and Eastleigh. Just give us your overall assessments of those games in which we've had over 60% possession in both.
Frustrating, extremely disappointing. Like you said, we've had over 60% possession in both games. Break it down into the two games we've had. The first game, Yeovil, probably a bit tit for tat first half. They come out, press well, and you're thinking just stay in the game, keep the tempo going, we'll move on again in the second half. And then, concede our own goal from a long throw, and then a mad 2 minutes where we're sending off, and it completely changes the game for us. But a great response to come out with 10 men, still dominate the ball, and we huff and puff, but we don't really kind of get that clear chance to really kind of get us back in the game. So that's a disappointing result, but you can take the performance with 10 men, and then you go into Tuesday and you're hoping for a really positive bounce back. Lads are keen to do well, we're keen to do well. You need to get those points at this time of the season before you start hitting the Christmas period. And like you say, we've had, I think it's even more, 63-64% are coming back on the stats of what we've had first half. You go in 0-0 and you go, okay, we'll take it where we are, let's kick on again. And then we don't really get firing. Get caught with, obviously, a cross that we should stop, we should defend it better. And then we don't create really enough from the positions we've been in. So it's really frustrating for us at the moment. It's frustrating for everyone who's involved with it. The fans, especially ourselves as players and staff. It's tough because when you control the game with that amount of possession, you want to be creating more. I think we've had 6 or 7 now, we've had 1-0. So we're top scorers or near top scorers, but let's not allude to the fact that we haven't scored in 6 or 7 of those games. So we need that level of consistency. What we're doing at the start of the season is being consistent, controlling games, and we haven't been in the last few. We've not had that cutting edge. We've lacked a little bit of shape in our attacking play. We've lacked decision making in our attacking play, and we've got caught with sucker punches. So we have to work on that. We've got to be better all round. Everyone's got to be better all round. We've got to step our game up. I think you see at the end of both games we've just had, the celebrations that the other teams have to beat us. Take it as a compliment, but we've got to accept the teams are going to come in, make it hard to beat, and we've got to come up with answers to continue getting the results if we want to do what we want to do. And at the moment it's not good enough in terms of that, so we've got to find a way quick, because sooner or later it's going to start slipping away from us if we don't get it right.
You say about finding a way. What stands out to you as those improvements that we do need to make to sort of see that upturn in form that we're after, sort of, as you say, going into the Christmas period?
I think you've got to continue to work great, but we've got to work smarter and harder in better areas. So we've got to get our positional play right. When teams come up with a different way to defend against us, we've got to come up with solutions to that in terms of your decision on the ball, the positions we take up, the tempo which we play at. So we've got to up our game by 5-10%. Teams see us as a scalp in terms of where we were at the start of the season, at the end of last season, and we've got to come up with good answers to deal with those problems that they cause us. Otherwise, we're going to continue to have the disappointing run of results that we had. We're not going to go away from how we want to play. We want to play possession, but we've got to be better, especially in around that final third, with the quality on it, the positions we get into, the decisions we make. But then on the other side of it, we can't get caught with sucker punches. We've got to tighten up at the back and not concede, the 1, 2, 3 chances that we've been given away. I think back to the other night, they've had the early break on 2 minutes where the fella could get through and score. He can't get in, as simple as that. They've had the penalty, so you go in half time 2-0 down, where we've just not switched on or not dealt with that on the flip side of it enough. So we've got to be solid behind it, and we've got to be more adventurous, but we've got to be better and have more answers up top of it. So that's done on the training pitch and then down to the hard work and graft and sort of imagination and inventiveness of the players and what we've got here, which we've got to do, but we've got to now step up and do it.
You lead into my next question. What are you able to focus on and sort of pinpoint in the short time scale you have between a Tuesday night game and a Saturday game? Yeah,
we've turned around. Obviously, they had a day off yesterday to recover. We've come in today, done a little bit of video on Notts County and prep for the weekend, and looked at a few bits of us as well from the last couple of games. Been out on the pitch, done a light session just to get them going, and then done a little bit of shape and bits and pieces in terms of positional things we need to get right. and some of it needed to be highlighted straight away from Tuesday. And then we'll progress it tomorrow in relation to obviously a tough game coming up on Saturday in Notts County.
As you say, we travel to County at the weekend. It's obviously one of the tougher places to go in this division. Do you think the players can maybe use that as a little bit of extra motivation to pick themselves up again?
Have to, absolutely have to. You go into arguably one of the biggest clubs in the league, if not the biggest. They've got huge expectations on them. They play good football, good possession football, play through the third, similar to us in terms of they want to play, build their way into the game, and we've got to be on it, because if we're not, they'll pick us open. So we've got to be solid behind it, and then in terms of us going forward, we've got to be a lot better to hurt them. And it should be an interesting game, good game to watch. Hopefully, if both teams are on it, but it's a tough place to go. Obviously on TV, and players need to take all the motivation that they've had over the last couple of games in terms of, if I haven't got quite been at my levels, to go and take it there on Saturday. Go back to being us, get back to being us with our tempo, with our ruthlessness, with our quality, and get on the front foot and get the 3 points again.